Yeah, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and IG. So let me stop. Sweet Ronnie, Sweet Honey in the Rock. Part two is today was today. We just finished it. That's why I'm here. Wait a minute. Okay, so you know some things. I'm trying to check you out because I can't tell who you are by. I'm just being going to be honest. I can't tell who you are by your name. I know. Well, actually, no. Do I know? No, I don't know. You're gonna have to reveal yourself. I'm talking to a weight loss coach on IG. Ah, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, good day to you. I am Ade, your transformational beingness artist. And as weight loss coach just asked or mentioned, that part two of representing our ancestors, representing our stories was today. And I'm getting full. I thought it was, but I didn't. I thought you used a different name. I thought it was you, but then she's revealing herself. But because you said something about that, but then I thought you used yeah, you had a different username on IG. Anyway, so yeah, I know who it is. I thought I did. But anyway, today was part two of representing our ancestors, representing our stories. We finished about a little under an hour ago. I'm already rocking, so you already know what that means. And if you don't, you'll find out. And this morning, so this morning when I was planning the event, I went to my email. Now, some of you know that I write daily thoughts for Hillside International Truth Center. And so I wrote for this month. I used to write every other month. Actually, last year I used to write every other month, and then last year, was it last year? Yeah, I think most of from January to September I wrote every month, and then things shifted. Now we have four writers, so I write every 4 months. Every 4 months. Yeah, that's it. I'm doing too much. I'm trying to pull up the daily thoughts. And I'm actually going to read it. So when I opened my email today, and the affirmation is, I am my ancestors. I was like, whoa. Now, yes, I wrote the daily thoughts. I wrote it, I don't know, maybe 3 months, 4 months ago. And when I read it, I was like, how divine for it to be on this day. I felt it. I felt it like, wow. And then I started to think, my ego got involved. Wait a minute, did I put this strategically for this day? And I started to doubt even that divine plan, divine order, divine synchronicity. And I had to ask. And I asked if I did it deliberately. Spirit said no. Then I was like, wow, that's amazing. Then I started thinking, really? Then I asked again and I kept getting, no, I didn't do it deliberately. Because I can't remember. I write this daily thoughts long time. Sometimes they probably even, I may have written it before the 4 months because I write them when they come to me. Like I'm writing for the month of September now, and I've started to write the daily thoughts. And I'm going to read it. Let me see what Carly said. I love you too, my dear sister. Yes, I am my ancestors. So, the daily thought for today, Saturday, May 15th, 2021. So, just so you know, this is more of a gratitude and expression of gratitude for those who came to today's session. But it's important to share this because it ties in. Today's daily thoughts that I wrote many months ago for Hillside International Truth Center in Atlanta, Georgia. In life, there is no separation. There is no separation from the past, the present, and the future. We are the center of it all. We are the life of God that lived as our ancestors. Check that out. When I say check that out, I'm not talking about look what I did. I'm talking about the place where that came from. Because when I write, sometimes it comes. KS, my dear sister, nice to see you. It comes from a deep place. Sometimes when I'm writing, I'm like, whoa, that's deep. We are the center. I'm gonna just read the whole thing again. In life, there is no separation. There is no separation from the past, the present, and the future. We are the center of it all. We are the life of God that lived as our ancestors. That just makes me emotional, makes me teary. They passed their life on to us. Who they are is encoded in our DNA, our cells, soul, and physical features. We are who they are. We are one and the same. We too are here to impress our collective soulful imprint upon the earth. I am part of a never ending story of the mighty miracle of this thing called life. I am a miracle to behold, a miracle to extend to the world. I am a wisdom keeper and a revealer of what is sacred and precious about life. Every aspect of my journey is significant. I celebrate and let God multiply its blessing. Thank you, power in me, through me, as me, around me, through the Christ within, and so it is. That's the daily thought for today. And as I read it, I feel moved by the words. I feel more moved by the words and from the place they come from. And then the session today, representing our story, representing our ancestors, representing our stories. The theme was telling a new story. The people showed up. Some of them kind of like, yeah, I know what I experienced last month in the first session. Second, but it was really a new story. And let me get personal for a minute. I've shared this before. When you are saying yes to God, when you are saying yes to life, when you are saying yes to the divine, when you're saying yes to Jesus, to Buddha, to Allah, Krishna, Baba, whatever name you want to call this power, this presence that is beyond names, whenever you say yes to it, to him, to her, he, she will take you to the next level. Up until Thursday, really putting it out there here, talk about having a new story, a new narrative. Up until Thursday, I only had 3 people that had registered, and I was tripping. I was like, come on, nobody's 3? Really? How can we do all of the things that we want to do with just 3 people? And people start registering Friday, Saturday, even like 1 minute, it would just kept coming in. Why am I telling that story? Because I was panicking. Here I am holding space for telling a new story. I even had stories about, maybe people just blah, 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 blah. I had stories, old stories that needed to die, that I needed to release and let go of. And I did. I confronted them. And I got to a place when I said, whoever shows up is whoever shows up. We'll just go with that. I trust. Because there was one point where I was saying, okay, God, I surrender, but at least because what I saw that could happen, to have at least 20. We can have more than that, but there's something to just kind of contain it to about 20 people. But while I was saying it, I was still like, okay, I surrender, but I just released it. And I think we had, how many people did we have? We had 13 people that signed up. And they came and represented their ancestors and represented our ancestors. And they represented a new story. You know, sometimes in this work, I don't know about you, but in this work, or whenever you're doing, whatever the work is, spiritual work, or you're putting an event together, putting an event together is work. You have to keep reminding people, like, yeah, I know, I'm trying to work out my calendar. Yeah, I know, I'll be there. Yeah, I'm going to send the RSVP. You don't know. You have to keep putting the work. One of the messages that I got that liberated me was all your responsibility is to keep putting the word out. I have given you what needs to happen. I got this, Spirit saying, I got this. You just put the words out. Just put the words out. Don't worry about what it looks like, who shows up, who doesn't. Just keep putting the word out. And that's what I did. There were times I was putting the word out. I was like, I don't know. It's like, I had to surrender because I know it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. And it's so easy to associate the success of an event, of a gathering, on how many people showed up. But I'm telling you, if one person showed up, the power, the gift will show up as well. So some of you have seen me share the gift, not the gift, yeah, but it's a gift. Maybe I'll do it again. Those of you on Instagram, the ones I'm looking at now, you already know about this. But this chart that brings visual to help you see, if you start going back, first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation of people who came before you, the people came so you could be born, so you are here today. You go back to 12 generations, you have 4,096 people behind you, came together with many stories, visions, and dreams, struggles, pain, successes, maybe struggled with belonging, couldn't express themselves. They all live in you. They live in me. They live in us. So when people show up to a gathering, whatever you're doing, one person is bringing all those ancestors, all those people behind them. They're bringing it to the gathering. The ones who could make it just by saying yes, they registered. The ones who didn't register, the ones who were going to register, because there was some of those. Something else came up. Just the fact that they were interested on a spiritual level, they bring that power of those who came before them. Let's not be fooled by the appearance. I was, even though I was trying to act like I'm not, there were moments when I was fooled by appearance. Spiritual work invites us to go beyond. And that's a reminder to put do not disturb on so that I don't get bumped off. It's probably paused on IG now. Yep, it's paused. Okay. Hold on, IG. I'm going to pause you one more time because I want to put it on do not disturb. I don't want it to get bumped off. All right, now we're back. So let me take this. I get comfortable and leave this up there. So all I want to say is, first of all, the reason I'm doing this broadcast today was part 2. Next month, Juneteenth, is part 3, where we are listening, aligning to a new vision for the next generation. We are the ones. And I want to just express my heartfelt gratitude for those who showed up, those who brought it, who showed up and they brought it. They didn't shut up. They opened up. They stepped up. They shared their story. And an idea that I got that was downloaded, I have to figure out, I gotta go and look in one of my journals to see exactly what date this came, but I knew it was after George Floyd's transition, murder, killing, and during the protest. So I need to actually find out the day this came through for me. It's important. This work, ancestral work, is a vision that is pulling me. They say pain pushes until vision pulls. Pain pushes until vision pulls. If pain is pushing you, just keep giving thanks. It's pushing you in the right direction. Whenever you're ready, to surrender and you allow the vision to step in and you align with the vision will pull you. Even when you don't know how, even when you're looking at the numbers that are registered and it's not enough, it's only been 3, the vision will keep pulling you and keep pulling you and keep pulling you. We live in a time where more of us need to be pulled by a vision. In spite of all that's going on in the world, the craziness is going on in the world. My brothers and sisters in America, I'm talking about what's going on in the world. It's not just in America. America just is a loudspeaker. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the yes of those who came. I'm grateful for those of you who looked at it, who saw the broadcast and thought you wanted to join, but you couldn't. Or maybe learn something one of the broadcasts and say, wow. All I have to say is thank you for answering the call, but don't play small. Step it up. Step it up. Allow yourself to be used. You are the answer. I am the answer. We are the answer. And it's time for us to represent our ancestors because we are their representatives. If people want to know about your ancestors, show them. If people want to know about your people, let your life be a reflection of your people. And there were more than people. There was so much more than their sufferings that they went through and the pain they went through. So much more. They were dreamers. They were healers. They were visionaries. They played. They laughed. They created. They prayed. They prayed for you. They prayed for me. They prayed for us. They held the vision. They created, they wrote, they sang, they accessed joy. And just because they're not here in the physical body doesn't mean they're gone. They live in you. Scientists say we have, about 30 billion cells in our bodies. Maybe more, but that was an estimate. 30 billion cells. Each cell in your body is an ancestor. Your genes, your DNA is infused with the life, the experience, the choices, the stories of your ancestors. And today we got to tell a new story. Next month, June 19th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK, we are holding a vision, birthing a vision of a new generation. Don't worry about all the fools, literally the fools. The fools are those who don't know who they are in spirit, in God. Because when you know who you are, when you trust, not just lip service, I'm religious, I'm spiritual, you're doing lip service, you will not kill another in the name of God. You will not kill another for land. You will not kill another for your ancestors. You will not take a life because of the color of somebody's skin. You will not abuse another. You will not rape another for power because you know you are powerful. When you know who you are, you make different choices. That's the call. It's simple and it's messy. But unless you're willing to do the work, and I mean unless you're willing to do the work, you're going to keep seeing old stories come up. And you end up convincing yourself that's just the way it's going to be. Yes, if you don't do the work. If you don't understand that you and God are one. You and God and your ancestors are one. You are so much more beyond your flesh, your blood, your bone. You're so much more. You're powerful. Your body knows how to heal itself without asking for your permission. It's breathing you, keeping you alive. Thank you. Thank you for the work you're doing, however you're doing the work. Thank you for believing. Thank you for praying. Thank you for visioning. Thank you for knowing the truth. Thank you for bringing yourself back to the center. Everything that you do, every prayer, every hopefulness, every yearning for something better matters. Keep on keeping on. Find a community, find a group, a place where you can talk about your life, your journey, your days. Too many people lately are going through similar things, feeling overwhelmed, crying, don't know why they're crying. In the group today, somebody was saying, I didn't know if I was sad or crying. They were just, and I know other people that have gone through the same thing, feeling overwhelmed. That was my story. One of the past few days, I got to a point where I embraced the overwhelming, not pushing it away. Together we are stronger, and together we'll heal one another. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. Join me on my podcast on Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time. And the next offering of representing our ancestors, representing our stories is June 19th. I was going to say 1996. What was that about? I have no idea what's going on. 2021. My brother Masanko, who was with me today, will be there. My sister Queen Michelle Jordan, she'll be there. Queen Michelle and I we did the first session, the grief ritual. So the three of us are going to be together. Join us. Let's catch a new vision for the next generation, because we are one. We are the one, and tap into the consciousness of oneness. Once again, thank you. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. And remember, I am my ancestors. You are your ancestors. We are our ancestors. They live in us. They're alive. They're not dead. They're alive. They're not dead. You're not going to die. Life never dies. Life never ends. So you might as well enjoy it. Enjoy this play that you're part of. I'm out. Peace and blessings.